We're live. Hopefully the Wi-Fi is good in here. I don't know how many people get on this week. Just gonna keep it up. We'll start right at probably like 6:01. Got my Bible open here. Book. Alrighty, we got one person live. Write in the comments who you are, because I can't see. Sadly. Let's see. Who are you? Who are you? Who's live now? Type it. Start the chat. Reza Hogan, if it's you, you write. Alrighty. Alrighty. Hopefully the quarantine is great. Y'all having fun. Maybe we should all like go on long walks 6 feet apart at some point because I miss everybody. Miss everyone. Just letting you know. Alrighty. Well, we're gonna get started here. Last week we talked about persistent prayer. We talked about the lady who was persistent to the judge and how in our lifestyle we need to be persistent with God in our prayers, even though he is not like an unjust judge. He's a very justful judge. And he'll answer our prayers much swifter because he loves us and we don't have to keep begging and begging, but persistence in the kingdom means more of a dedication of heart. So this week we're talking about prayer power. Prayer is a power, in a sense, that prayer doesn't need to be a over the top, like look at me, but it's more personal. I'm reading this book right now called Dangerous Prayers. Dangerous Prayers. And there's a quote I want to read to you in it. It's pretty dang cool. It's actually in the first chapter. He says, praying from the heart is personal and unmistakable. Personal and unmistakable. Prayer from the heart is personal and unmistakable. I'm going to read a little bit more. There's certainly nothing wrong with reading a prayer or using someone else's words to pray. In fact, reading prayers can be a good starting point to learn to pray which everybody is going to know with God. And when it comes from the heart, it's personal and unmistakable. So I'm going to be reading from Matthew 6 right now, and Jesus starts teaching about prayer. This is where we get the Lord's Prayer from. The Lord's Prayer is actually commonly known as the disciples' prayer because the Lord's Prayer was really the one in the garden of Gethsemane, and the Lord's Prayer is that, and this is the prayer that Jesus told the disciples. Jesus told the disciples to pray. So this is more like a disciples' prayer, but modern day we call it the Lord's Prayer. So I'm just going to read in chapter 6 real quick. Jesus is saying to these people, he goes, when you pray, do not be the hypocrites. Okay? Don't be a hypocrite when you pray. These people love to pray publicly. This is what Jesus is saying. They love to pray publicly on their soapboxes, on the street corners. They'll stand up and they'll go into like churches, they'll go into places, and they'll just be like, look at me. And Jesus says to them, all the praise that they get, that's all the reward they will have. He challenges the disciples here. He goes, I tell you the truth, that's all the reward they will get. But when you pray, go away by yourself, personal, right? Shut the door behind you and pray to your Father in private. Then your Father who sees everything, will reward you. Man, that takes a lot. A lot of times in culture, we want the clout, right? We're on Instagram, we're on TikTok, we're on Facebook, and we're trying to build clout, right? And that's what that's what Jesus is saying the hypocrites do. They're building clout. They're gaining all this attention, and that's all the reward they're going to get. But when you go and humble yourself before the Lord privately in your own room, and you just pray, and it's just him and you don't showboat it, you don't go around just for the clout. You live the intimate moments that Jesus wants to have with you. There's power in it because it's so personal. It's only between you and Jesus, and no matter what anybody says about you, Jesus knows you more. A little quick story. When I was in Bible college, we had this prayer room, right? We had to take off our shoes to go into the prayer room because it was holy ground, right? My thing was like, everywhere I walk is holy ground because Jesus is with me all the time. But that was just my own like theology thing. I wanted to like get out of the way. But in this prayer room, so many people would wake up early in the morning, go to the prayer room, and then like ridicule me and some of my friends for not doing that. They would mess with us because they're like, I can't believe you guys don't pray more. You don't pray more. And it's like we can pray wherever we want. We don't have to go to the prayer room where everybody watches us. Right. And so it was this big like battle thing of just like this constant just people wanting to pray in front of people, showboat, see their prayers be heard um, by just many people because there was something insecure on the inside of people. I'm not saying I was very secure. I was definitely not a secure college student. But in this area, I identified insecurity in some people that just wanted to stand on their soapbox and show it off to the world. But there's something powerful about praying personally with God. Something powerful about praying. Then your Father who sees you and everything you do in that time towards you. He goes on to say in verse 7, Matthew 6:7, he says, when you pray, don't babble on as the Gentiles do. He's like, just don't keep going blah, 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 and this and this and this and this, and trying to get all these different things out. He says they begin to repeat words. He goes, they think their prayers are answered merely by repeating their words again and again. Don't be like them, for your Father knows exactly what you need even before you ask them. So why do we pray? Why do we pray? If Jesus already knows, why the heck do we pray? Right? Prayer never was about, listen here, prayer was never about what we can get from God. Prayer was always about coming before God, humbling our hearts, and connecting with him. It's a conversation. It's a simple conversation. So Jesus tells them, pray like this. And I'm going to modernize for you guys the disciples' prayer with exactly what Jesus told the disciples to pray. He's like, he knows what you want before you ask. So pray like this. Dear God in heaven, may your name be kept holy. God, you are so amazing. God, even your name is just holy. Your kingdom, Father, let it come here in my heart, in this place now, and let your will be done in my life as it is in your kingdom, as it is in heaven. Lord, give me all that I need because you know what I need, so provide that. I'm asking you to forgive me for all I've done, all the things that I did wrong that were wrong against not just you, against my father, anybody that's in my life, people that even aren't my friends, my enemies, anything that I did to wrong somebody else. Lord, forgive me for that. Lord, bring us away from temptation. Let us our eyes open to things that are tempting us so we can look the other way, so we can be led away from temptation, but do not lead us into temptation. Jesus never leads anybody into temptation, right? He's like, I'm going to take you, I'm going to lead you away. So he goes, and then he says, and rescue us from the evil one, rescue us from anything. When it says this, actually, the evil one in the original writing, the original manuscripts, when the guy took his little feather pen and went, evil one, that word, I don't know the word, but I know the meaning. It meant anything that's annoying. Anything now I'm not talking about your younger siblings that are annoying because they're good. Every good and perfect thing's from above. I'm talking about things that come against you in your mind and your heart. Anything that's annoying, anything that's of annoyance, that God takes that away. He goes, pray for that. pray for anything that your nightmares, your anxieties, your anything. Like this is what we pray for in our private time when behind a closed door when it's just you and God. Just you and God. So, I just want to encourage you that your prayers are powerful and that this time is a great time to practice it. This time is a great time to practice going into your room privately. I mean, you may share a room with a sibling, but find a spot, go into a closet. I don't care what it is. Go find a spot by yourself. It doesn't have to be an hour, it doesn't have to be 30 minutes, it can be 5 minutes. Just you and God. Just even if you have to read this prayer, personalize it between you and God. Because your prayers have power and they will start to change your life once you start to connect more with God. Your reward is your connection with God. Your reward is the understanding of who you are in Him more. So thank you for this person who joined tonight. I hope throughout this week more people see this video as we continue our series on prayer during quarantine. So love you guys. Please check out all our videos. Hit the subscribe button below for your chance to win a $100 gift card to somewhere. I'm just kidding. I don't got that kind of money to give out right now. So yeah. Peace, love, and cupcakes. Yes, I want to end it.